Hello everyone, welcome back to Jayadmi. So today we are going to discuss about AWS Cloud Shell. So Cloud Shell is a browser-based Linux shell that gives you command line access to your AWS resources in the selected AWS region. AWS Cloud Shell comes with pre-installed popular tools for resource management and creation. So you have the same credentials as you used to log into the console. So what are the available features in AWS Cloud Shell? So it is a browser-based shell. So browser-based shell, it's a basically it will come with the AWS command line interface and run scripts, access common command line utilities including PowerShell and Bash, and it is used for popular AWS CLI pre-installed ones we are getting along with this, that is Amazon Elastic Container Service CLI and Serverless Application Manager CLI, and this all we can do. uh, we can interact with all our AWS resources all without leaving our web browser. Cloud Shell automatically manages your credentials. So it inherits the credentials of user who is signed into AWS Management Console. This makes authentication simpler and reduces operational burden by eliminating the need to configure and manage credentials locally. Cloud Shell is fully managed and up-to-date service. So it including that latest security patches and latest version of operating system and the installed tools, you can focus on building and managing your AWS resources instead of managing your local machines or software tooling. Even if you are using any EC2 instances, there we need to do the patching, security patching, any OS upgrades we need to do from our end. If you are using any AWS Cloud Shell, no need of maintaining upgrading these things. This will take care by AWS. There are few familiar tools along with Cloud Shell. It will comes by defaultly, that is as we discussed already, AWS CLI and container service CLI and serverless application model. Along with that, it will come with a runtime of AWS SDK for Python and Node.js. Other commonly used common command line utilities like PowerShell, Bash, and JetSH, and commonly used editors, VI editor. So Cloud Shell comes with 1 GB of persistent storage for your home directory. Persistent storage enables you to store your frequently used scripts and configuration files between Cloud Shell sessions. For more details on persistent storage, I am providing user guide link in description. You can check it for full details. So without any further delay, we'll start lab and execute what we have discussed still now in Cloud Shell. Before that, what are the prerequisites to start this lab? So I can access this Cloud Shell via single sign-on SSO or any AWS IAM principal that can log into AWS Management Console, including federated roles. In order to access Cloud Shell, the AWS Cloud Shell full access policy must be in effect to a user or group. The shell runs as a normal non-privileged user, but I can use sudo and install packages if it is necessary. Now I'm in my AWS Management Console. After we log in, AWS Management Console looks like this, and this is my account, so where I have logged in by using my email ID, and I'm using Ireland region for my all resources. And after you log into AWS, if you want to fetch any service in AWS, we need to search in a search bar. Cloud Shell in our case. So if you search here, it will display the services. So, but in our case, we don't use search bar because Cloud Shell is one of the regular usage purpose we will use Cloud Shell. That is the reason we don't want to search all the time. So that is the reason AWS provided us an icon. If I click on this icon, it will create Cloud Shell for me within matter of seconds. So let us see that. Yes, here we go. Our Cloud Shell environment is preparing. Cloud Shell terminal is now ready. We can verify the present working directory by passing the command pwd. It is showing under home directory I am logged in as Cloud Shell user. So I can list AWS S3 buckets in my account by passing AWS S3 list command. It will show the list of S3 buckets available in my account. If you see here, it is listed one S3 bucket, that is one below the name of S3 bucket. We can verify same thing in AWS S3 management console. You see here, bucket is available with that name. So even I can create a new bucket by using AWS Cloud Shell. Here I'm creating S3 bucket by passing the command create bucket, and this is the bucket name JIDME S3 bucket Cloud Shell. The region is US West 1 Ireland, and create bucket configuration. I'm passing location constraint. If we are using apart from North Virginia region, here we have multiple regions. If we are using apart from North Virginia, we need to pass location constraint to create S3 bucket. So yeah, we'll create it. You see here, this bucket is created. So without any further delay, we will verify same thing by passing S3 list command console, AWS Cloud Console. Same thing we will verify in S3 console as well. Refresh here, it will show my newly created bucket. This is how we can create AWS resources by using AWS Cloud Shell. We can install any Linux packages which we need by passing sudo m command. I'm using install nano. So yeah, it's asking to download 2 MB. Yes, so you can see here nano is installed. Now we can create some test files and we can download that into our local. So vi JIDME.txt, and I'll pass here welcome to JIDME. So we'll save this and we'll come out, and we can list what are the files available. So JIDME.txt is available. So we can download this to my local laptop, and I can upload one file from my local to Cloud Shell. We can do from actions. So download file, we can specify the path JIDME.txt download. So it is preparing for download. So it is downloaded at the bottom. The same way I can upload the text files my Cloud Shell from my local laptop. So I can upload any image or anything whatever we need. So just choose that and upload. Once it will choose upload, it will show in green state, green color. So it is uploaded. We can verify that by listing. Yes, here we can see the logo is updated, uploaded from my local. Yes, in actions we have like options, apps layout, like split into rows and columns or new tab. We can create by clicking here, like duplicate terminal we can create, and we can create rows, split into rows or columns. We will create split into rows. This will create another shell for us. I will create from here split into columns. It will create one more terminal for us. So this is how it will work for us. This is yes. Apart from this, we can modify settings. We can modify our preferences by clicking on this gear icon at the top right corner, and we can choose the font size available. 5 sizes is there. You can choose medium, small, or small, or large. So we can go with small, and we can change from light theme to dark theme here. If you see here, I will apply that. So now it is changed to small font as well as dark theme. This is how we can modify whatever the requirements. According our requirement, we can modify preferences. This is how we need to use AWS Cloud Shell. Cloud Shell, there are few things to know, like timeout and persistence and regions, persistent storage, network access, and runtime and pricing. First of all, timeouts and persistence. Each Cloud Shell session will be timeout after 20 minutes or so of inactivity and can be re-established by refreshing the window. Regions. Cloud Shell is available today in few regions, that is US East 1, North Virginia, Ohio, Oregon, Ireland, and Asia Pacific, Tokyo regions only. The remaining regions are on the roadmap. We already discussed about persistent storage. This file stored within the home directory of a user, persistent between the invocation of Cloud Shell, with a limit of 1 GB of storage per region. All other storage is ephemeral. This means that any software that is installed outside of your home directory will not be persistent, and that no matter what you change or break, you can always be a new fresh Cloud Shell environment. So network access. Sessions can make only outbound connections to the internet, but do not allow any type of inbound connections. Sessions can currently connect to resources inside of a private VPC subnet. So runtime already we discussed. In addition to that, Python and Node runtime, Bash, PowerShell, JQ, Git, and Elastic Container Service for CLI, Serverless Application Manager, CLI, NPM and pip already installed and ready to use. Coming to the pricing, you can use up to 10 concurrent shell in each region at no charge. You only pay for other AWS resource you use with Cloud Shell to create and run your applications. Additionally, there are no minimum fees and no required upfront commitments. Data transfer is billed at standard AWS data transfer rates. So if you are interested, please check the data transfer rates in the description. What are you waiting for? Try it out today. AWS Cloud Shell is available. You can start using it today. Launch one and give it a try, and let me know your feedback or your experience in comments. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Please stay tuned. I'll post my new videos in next week. Don't forget to subscribe so you will get notified when I upload my new video. Thank you again.